Good afternoon, YouTube. I love the dancing. It's the best part of the whole show. Drew
Nick,
Franklin
you
here
really
for another.
enjoyed that.
I did. It's funny because on my end, I see what's happening when the video's on the screen. So I see everybody like simultaneously just like, just doing the like white man at the wedding sort of just shoulder.
I didn't
So
know
funny.
that you all could see that Steven could see that well.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
So he's seen me do the sprinkler and everything before we pop on.
Oh yeah, the sprinkler, the
Oh,
lawnmower.
wow.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
It's great
How about
stuff.
this? Look at us. Another KSR happy hour presented by our friends at Country Boy Brewing. Tyler Thompson here, Nick Roush. We're also produced by Nick Roush.
Yeah.
Great job getting us live, Nick. Our guy Stephen Peak. I saw he's out in Big Sur, California. I think that's where Big Sur is. That makes sense. Shared some beautiful pictures. He's enjoying vacation, but Nick's keeping us online. Great job so far, and it's good to see everyone. Lots of news today. How are we doing?
Doing good. I'm excited. I'm trying a new Country Boy beer. So if you all have watched this show or if you know me, I am a creature of habit in all things, but especially when it comes to beer. I like IPAs and pale ales, and that's probably it. But Drew, you inspired me with your Blue Raz selection last week. I did not get that. No, let's not get too crazy.
That sounds a little crazy. Yeah.
He chugged it.
Oh.
It was a little nuts. I went for the lemonade lager.
Ooh.
Which was a specialty beer that I saw at the liquor barn in Bowling Green. So I felt like I had to try it. So this could either go really great or I'm going to hate it. So
I like we get a live taste test on air. It is Memorial Day weekend is this weekend. So like lemon and lime beers are all the way in. Like now is the time for them. Summer is officially arrived, even though it got a little chilly. And I see it. I see it in her face.
Good. It's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I like it. I've never been one of the like Bud Light Lime or whatever, but this is good. This could be a good summer beer.
As long as you don't get anything too sweet, then you just get that little refreshing, that pow. Like it's gonna be summer. It's gonna be exciting. I'm sure you're excited. You're getting ready to go to the beach.
Heck yeah! I need to like take the rest of the 6-pack with me. It would probably explode in my bag on the airplane, but it would be worth it because this is a lager brewed with lemons and ginger, and it's 4.5% alcohol. It is delicious and refreshing. So yes, doubt I'll be able to get many of those down in Anguilla, which is where I'm going. Everywhere I've looked, like all the restaurant menus and all that drink menus, they basically just serve you rum punch. So
that sounds good.
I better learn to like rum punch.
You might get a Carib or Carib or however they pronounce it. Carib, yeah, that's pretty good. I like El Sol in Mexico, but you kind of just got to go with the flow. Is that what's the I think it's the Dominican. They have Mama Juana, which is that they're very weird about how they describe Mama Juana, which is just like spice rum.
Oh, okay.
They serve it in like a giant jar that just sits in the sun, and it's got like cinnamon sticks, and they describe it as an aphrodisiac. I don't think that's the case, but like every time they're like, "Oh, you want a Mama Juana?" and I'm like, "God, like all alcohol is technically an aphrodisiac." I mean, right? Like, I mean, who are we kidding here? But I'm sure you will find something delicious while you are hanging out on the beach in the Caribbean.
I will make do. Don't worry about me, but I will be missing my Country Boy beers for sure.
I brought a little lemon to the party as well. The Hillbilly Hustle by Country Boy.
Ooh.
With the matching glass. It says Hillbilly Hustle. You can't read it. This is a blackberry lemon lager. One of my favorites. Haven't had it in a while. Saw the 6-pack. I went with it. But I'll be honest, guys, if I had just a few more minutes in my day, I was a little late getting back from Pineville, I was going to go get more Blue Raz. That was a fun ride last Thursday. You weren't on with us, Nick, but little 8% tall boy only served in gas stations. Took it straight to the Dome to start the show, and I got to tell you, when I went to make a little salmon for the family, I was feeling great. I think I watched a little UK baseball that day, so I'm a little bummed I'm not Blue Razzing today, but I'll do a little Hillbilly Hustle from our friends at Country Boy Brewing. We got a lot of news, though. Big news day. Big news day. Look at that. Does the logo show up? Kind of.
Oh,
it does. Beautiful.
Yeah, shout out Wesley Brown. That's a book. Hillbilly Hustle's a book. The beer is for that. Anyway, good talk.
Oh, that's my nephew's name, Wesley Brown.
Oh, well, he should get. Is he old enough to partake?
No, he's 4 or 5.
All right, well, Wesley, in 17 years, I will have a hillbilly hustle with you. But shout out to our friends at Country Boy and to Nick and Tyler for being here and everyone in the comments section. Yeah. Oh, look at that. We're already getting comments. Mary Stewart. Hello, Mary.
Yeah, she's a big fan of Anguilla. There we go.
Most people, when I say Anguilla, they think I mean Antigua, but it's actually it's 2 separate islands. So I'm happy we have somebody on here who knows it. So looking forward to
this. I just like knowing geography.
I just like to add those songs to the Beach Boys one. Anguilla, Jamaica. It's fun. That's like I said. We gotta. I admittedly, like, the summer is here. I will bitch and moan about the summer so much. I will definitely bitch and moan about the summer. Like, that's just how it goes. It gets hot. I have too many people in my house. So I'm trying to work because there's just children, my wife. Like, I'm going to complain about it. But when summer first gets here, it's very exciting. There's just something about, like, oh man, we get to do summer activities. You get a little bit of heat, a little bit. So like, it's just, I don't know what it is, but the juices are flowing, and I'm fired up for this weekend. Are there? You probably aren't going to a beach, Drew. Is Baby excited for summer activities? What is summer like when you're just kind of in like hang out, hunker down mode?
Me and Baby aren't speaking right now. When I was so excited when I got back from Pineville, I'd been getting videos the whole time I was there. I was missing her so much. I broke the speed limit to get back to hold her, and all she wanted to do was cry. She wasn't feeling dad. So I'm a little hurt right now. But actually, Baby's going to the beach in June. We booked Baby's first beach trip, including a flight for a 2-month-old. So
you are a brave man.
We're getting wild. They say it's the best time to fly because they literally just sleep the whole time instead of being rambunctious toddlers. So fingers crossed on that. But Memorial Day weekend, I have a lot to do around the house. That is about as exciting. Actually, this hour right here is probably my most exciting fun I'll have on Memorial Day.
Yeah, there we go.
Before we move on with topics, Nick, no free shout outs, but I'm feeling that quarter zip you got. Let's zoom out a little bit. What we got on there?
Ooh,
yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. Well, Christmas, Santa brought this.
Nice.
The mother-in-law. Yeah. And when I did Secret Santa, I just said anything with this logo on it. So it's not the most like UK blue, but I kind of like it. It's a little different. Change things up a little.
We can branch out a little bit.
The PG tongue, or is it the X-rated, R-rated tongue?
It is PG, parental guidance. So gotcha. I think we are in the clear in that regard. I had to wear it to a kindergarten graduation this morning. So shout out to Duke finishing kindergarten. Yeah, I've reached a point where like he's old enough to where like I have memories of being that age, and that's a little weird. Just like, oh man, am I going to do something that he's going to remember for the rest of his life?
Yeah.
Let's hope not.
Did you get up and embarrass him when he walked across the stage? Did you, get up and scream and cheer?
He gave me strep throat earlier this week, so I'm not, I'm
fair enough.
I'm not trying to barb him back just yet. I'll give him a little bit. He knocked me down a couple notches. I'll give him some grace while he gets back over it. So.
Well, producer Nick, you should approve the comment from Sunny. She says she likes the color. Give her some love there on the Holly too. Hollies are regular. All kinds of compliments.
Love that.
That QZ actually looks like something a new athletic director might wear. Would you like to be one of those, Nick Roush?
That segue.
It comes with a very long title. I hope if you were to accept, you would have to be the Chief Executive Officer of Champions Blue LLC and the Athletics Director of the University of Kentucky. That's a mouthful.
So correct me if I'm wrong, but Mitch Barnhart was already like they're not really changing anything, just the title, because Mitch was doing Champions Blue LLC. Maybe he wasn't officially the CEO of it.
Yeah, he was just a non-voting member of the board, which just meant I think he just sat in on meetings and gave presentations. So this sounds like it has much more responsibility with the board.
Okay.
From what I can tell. It's basically, if you read UK's announcement, it's very long. I love UK, I love them to death, but it's a lot of word salad around like two important things. It's like, here's the job title and here's the job description. And it just, if you had any doubts that this role was not, I mean, it's going to be involved with both generating revenue and sports. So I think
Which
it was
is
Matt
that's what an athletic director does.
Right. But I think they're just being very obvious. It's like, we are stepping forward with the modern college landscape and we're going to raise money.
I would just like to say that, when did Mitch Barnhart have his hay eating comment? How long ago was that?
Oh, goodness.
I mean, that was March, right?
March, yeah.
I had to look this up. They announced him as retiring on March 3rd.
Okay.
And then, yeah.
So it took them, they had 3 months, March, April, May, June, 4 months. They had 4 months to find his replacement. Presumably, they knew that he was going to announce before he did. They took up 3 of them to just find a job description, okay? And then announce that they're going to hire a search firm. All right? Hiring a search firm is like, it's very easy to make fun of people for doing that. I at least am willing to admit that when it comes to hiring coaches, so like it went back to the Cal thing, right? Like there was like that, well, he could void his contract if he talked with another school. That's why you hire search firms to tamper. They give you a third-party buffer. Maybe that's the case with admins here, where you have to have a search firm to like actually do your job, to like actually get people. But did we need to get? I mean, 3 months have passed. It is Memorial Day weekend, and they are losing their athletic director on June 30th, and you're just now hiring the search firm? Like what? How? Drew, I don't know. What were you? If you were a fly on the wall during Eli Capilouto's listening tour, what do you think he was hearing? Because that is a lot of time to do really nothing at all.
Well, I don't know if you've been keeping up with the University of Kentucky. I don't know if Eli is just out there, moving fast on much these days, or very present at all. But he talked to 70 people. That's a lot of people.
He talked to 80. Over 80 people.
Oh, wow.
Who brings 80 people, by the way? Do you think he just talked to everybody in the athletic department and then some people outside of it? Like, how many people work for UK Athletics?
I mean, how long does it take you to speak to 80 people just in your day-to-day life? I mean, if I hadn't wandered out to Churchill Downs the last couple of weeks, it would have been months since I talked to 80 people face to face. Like you talk to maybe 10 people face to face in a week. 80? That's just a number. I refuse to believe that's a real number of people he spoke with.
Well, do we at least think, because I think everyone, us, people watching, the fan base, we're concerned about just them promoting within after. I mean, I understand there have been people that have wanted that spot and they've been shadowing Mitch, but we are coming off one of the worst athletic years in a long time for UK athletics. So and with just the changing landscape, I think most of us are wanting a new face and some new blood. Are we confident that the new release at least kind of trends in that direction, at least how it's worded, that they're looking for someone with a business mind and background?
I think that if they are, it's not due to the listening tour. It's due to Andy Bashir's whole storm that he raised up about how things are being done at UK. I think that says more about what's going to happen than this press release. But yeah, I feel more confident there's going to be an external hire. And if you follow, the only name that we've heard from the outside is Jeremiah Dickey, the athletic director at Boise State. And if you follow all of the college sports legislation, he's been part of one of the committees that's looking at it all. So that's good that the one name that we have heard is kind of a prominent one in the talks about shaping the future of college sports. So, but yeah, I think Andy Bashir probably deserves a lot of credit if this does turn out to be an external hire.
Yeah, and I agree with you, Drew. It gives you a little bit of hope that it will be the outside hire. And to your point, Tyler, just the power vacuum in general at the university, just kind of worrisome, right? Like all of these people who had been around for so long and there wasn't any sort of staggered line of succession. Like you just worry about it in general. So hopefully Bashir's statements at least had them on their toes to where we couldn't just little finger this and have some backroom deals to get some slaps on the back and get people to climb up the ladder probably quicker than they deserve. So, but I say this with a lot of things. I don't know how qualified a lot of these people are. I mean, they're admins. So it's a big job, and it's a hire that's very important, and I hope they get it right, because it feels like every day there's some news story in college athletics that's to loop it in with Survivor, Drew. It's like Jeff Probst saying the biggest twist in Survivor history. I mean, he did that way too much, but I feel like we're getting that with college athletics every week. So we just need somebody at UK that is ready to take on the swivels, the head on a swivel that's just constantly happening, that's constantly changing during this transitional period of college athletics.
So I think you're the guy. You got the quarter zip, got the personality. You've been around over a decade in the biz.
Yeah, I can put my glasses down like this.
There you go.
Know that I'm.
You're serious now.
Whoa! I don't want any trouble.
I mean, look at these figures here.
It's a good impersonation. It's a good impersonation. Glad you're feeling better after the week took you down earlier. I know you mentioned it start, but I hated you had to miss bowling last night. I'm sure you hated that too.
Well, yes, because
on your part. When I said no to bowling last night so I could watch the Survivor finale, and they said, "Well, Nick's in," I'm like, "Nick forgot."
Forgot. Oh, I forgot. And then, like, as I was getting ready to break it to my wife, who she so lovingly said, "You were just going to have to watch by yourself." She had. I did. I looked at my calendar for T-ball schedule and not whatever the rest of the schedule was. So I was ready to bowl. I was ready to knock some pins down. I have not bowled in a very long time, so that could have been bad. But maybe it would not have been as bad as what happened on. Let's just go ahead and do it, Drew. Let's do the Survivor.
Skip. You're the producer.
Let's skip ahead because, like,
hold on. Do you know how to highlight it right there? We gotta.
No, I just made one, Drew. I could not make 10 graphics. I'm like, I'm just sticking with one. I'm gonna make it easy.
He's wearing a lot of hats.
Okay, no, you're doing great. You're doing
like
great.
Tony Benetti.
Have at it.
Okay, so this is you don't have to watch Tyler. You don't have to watch Survivor to care about what happened, because what happened is the most most shocking thing I've seen on television. I mean, I don't know how. I have no other comparison, Drew, where it's Survivor season 50, 25 years. They're making it this big celebration. They're bringing back everybody's favorite players all for this one huge season, biggest prize pot ever, twists and turns. And you know what? We're going to go back to doing a live finale. So what do they do for the live finales? Instead of just reading the votes in Fiji, they go back to LA. They have, 1,500 people in the audience. They'll do live hits. They'll interview some cast members before they go back to showing the episode. They kind of bebop around. Well, how they determine the final four, instead of voting them off, you make fire. So there's all this drama. The fire competition. Is it going to be the big strong guy, or is it going to be Rizzo? Both lost in fire last time. Who's going to win this one?
I got to interrupt. So as the Survivor noob, or do you mean like actually making fire, like rubbing sticks and striking rocks? And okay.
Yeah.
There's like a little rope, and it's got to burn. You're just got to be the first to burn your rope.
Okay. I haven't watched Survivor since season 1. So
you need one about yay tall to burn your little rope, and that's the contest.
And it's got to burn for a little bit, and they build up a lot of suspense for it, right? And sometimes it's a little overproduced, but you know what? Like there's a lot on the line. It's exciting. Who's it going to be? Well, they cut away, and we're like, oh man, who's going to win it? Like we got a commercial break, then they're going to show it. Instead, it is Jeff with Rizzo. Says, so Rizzo, do you have any regrets? Maybe you should have practiced fire more next time. And it's like, sit your ass down with the rest of the jury. He let everybody know that Rizzo lost before they even aired it. And I think we have somebody here who has something to say about this, if I'm not mistaken. Oh,
there he is. Let him cook. Let him cook.
Is this thing on?
It is.
All right. I don't know what you guys have been talking about. I just parked at the dry cleaners. I'm pissed. All right. This Jeff Probst, are you watching this? Quit your job. Quit your job right now. You are so bad at this. Okay, you helped create it. You did a great job. You are so bad at this now. It's embarrassing. You screwed up the whole post-merge with your stupid twist, and then, let's interview the guy who just lost. Oh, you didn't see it? You guys haven't seen it? Oh, it's only Survivor 50. You're only making millions of dollars doing this. You are a joke. You are an absolute joke. Quit your job. Go find a new profession. I'm over it. All right, I just need to get that off my chest. Thank you, guys. I really enjoy the work you guys do. You guys are great.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jacob.
President of Survivor. Who would have known?
Wow.
Jacob continues to be like the GOAT of Happy Hour. He just has the most memorable appearances. I love it. Okay.
Hey, all right. The funny part about it, Drew, is that we just set up something where this guy who never produces anything just produced a bit. Okay. CBS, was it Columbia Broadcasting Station? They've been around for 90 some odd years. This is one of their biggest sort of, I don't even know, brands, right? Like this is one of their big brands, one of their biggest shows. They probably have 15 producers, people on microphones, and they can't get the timing of an interview right. I was flabbergasted. I thought my remote was broken. Brooke was like, I didn't fast forward ahead. Did you? We never seen anything like it on live television.
Yeah, Abby and I thought we missed. I thought I sat on the remote, and then we saw it on the table, like off by itself. I was like, the remote's over there. I didn't do it. And then we're like, well, surely CBS didn't. How did it jump? Like we clearly missed something. So I get up and I get the remote and I rewind and it goes right back. I'm like, I think CBS messed up because it all looks normal here. And to your point,
so
who
messed it up? Was it?
It had to have been several people.
Yeah, multiple people.
Well, when we had KSTV in Louisville, I got hired to be a TV producer. I have no idea why, and I understand that's not Survivor, but just to that point, on something that small, there's still 4 or 5 people communicating, and like at any moment, even on that little show, you could be like, hey, this isn't working, or we're not ready for this. I can only imagine how many people they have for a live CBS Survivor reunion in the back. I don't know how no one was like, what? No, we haven't aired that yet.
Well, because I think the only people watching it were the contestants. I think all of the people working didn't realize what was happening on the show as it was happening, which made it like honestly, I'm kind of glad it happened, Drew, because like the finale didn't really go the way I wanted it to. Like Aubrey deserved spoilies. Like the winner deserved it.
All right, Jeff over there spoiling stuff.
But like again, I like the way Jonathan played a little bit better. That's just a personal preference thing. But Aubrey ultimately probably deserved to win. I'm glad that it left us a memorable moment because the season was overall pretty fun. It just kind of ended with a whimper. And I think having this stupid thing, this huge mistake happen, it made it something worth talking about. And it also was kind of fun to force Jeff Probst to eat humble pie on live television because I thought he actually, for as bad as it was, like I think he handled it about as well as you could have, considering how just like spectacularly big of an F up that was.
So what's a bigger mess up? This, Jeff Probst, or was it the Miss Universe? I just had it in my mind. Steve Harvey. Yeah, when he like messed up the Miss Universe announcement.
But see, I can see how Steve Harvey, that's a simple mistake. They're like producers aren't involved. He just said the wrong person. That one had a bigger impact on the people involved because at least the winner was already determined and everyone knew. That poor woman thought she was named Miss Universe and he had to be like, ugh. Actually, no, it was not you, it was someone else. But as far as the whole network messing up, this is much bigger.
What happened when it was the Oscars? Where was it La La Land or?
Yeah.
They announced the wrong winner for that one too.
Yeah. I had a lot of people on my feed saying it was like the most shocking live TV thing they'd seen since Will Smith slapped Chris Rock at the Oscars a long time ago. That was good. My only contribution to this in terms of Survivor stuff is the winner went to Davidson. And I found that out today. I was like, class of 2008. I don't know her. I don't remember, but go Davidson. So smart people win.
Captain Crash, another regular, says the surprised by the enthusiasm there is for Survivor at KSR. You know what? So was Matt Jones when Nick and I had a Survivor party at KS Bar, and it's still the biggest event in KS Bar history. So there is a Survivor appetite.
Yeah,
there had Richmond on here.
There are. It's one of those things where like everybody has their own thing. I mean, and we like sports, but you gotta unplug, and Survivor is our sort of weekly fun little unplug. It's a good time. It's a good hang, and this is second time this year, Drew, that I had a moment where I was like, oh my God, this was going to be awesome. They mess it up. The other one was when Trump had some sort of address and it messed up our recording. And so we only like the first part that we got to watch, it was like, this is the biggest twist in Survivor history. And it's like, oh, so we just missed whatever your big twist was. The twists were never the biggest twist. It was just another twist, but like whatever, either way.
One more Survivor note for those who watch. Jimmy Fallon sucks, and I'll never forgive him for what he did this season.
Yeah, that was way too much way too much.
Yeah, but that's getting the Survivor weeds. Let's talk about another Jeff spoiling things, and that's Jeff Goodman telling us that Milan Momcilovic is going to St. John's. I'm killing it with the transitions here today.
People are on fire.
That's not true. He didn't exactly say that. Matt put him on the spot and had him make a prediction today, but we did have Jeff Goodman on the show to talk draft decisions. Like most people, he thinks Malachi would be pretty silly to not come back to school with what he's being offered and everything the UK has, big man on campus versus trying to stay on the NBA team first year. So with the Malachi, I think not much has changed since LA. I know he worked out for a lot of teams. Have there been any new projections or info come out today that would worry us? Or are we still leaning towards expecting Malachi back?
There was an eyeball emoji.
Yeah,
well, that's true. We could break that down.
And I didn't have a chance to watch sources say, here comes the boom, or here come the sources say that was on before us. But I do know that on KS Board, Jack said that Malachi's tweet with the two sets of eyeballs it had nothing to do with the draft decision, that it was just Malachi being a 19-year-old and having a little fun with the process. So don't read too much into that. No decision has been made yet. They've got less than a week. The 27th is the deadline. And I don't know about you guys. Like I've been as down on this staff as anybody with this whole roster building and the past season and all that. But for some reason, I feel very optimistic about both Malachi and Momcilovic. Maybe that's just the fact that I'm going to be out of the country when all this stuff happens, so I don't have to deal with it. But if you just think about it logically, like Malachi, his return deal, we know he kind of took a hometown discount. So he probably agreed to take less than he's worth. And now, there's all this talk of him going in the first round. Sounds like the agent maybe using that as leverage to get a bunch at UK. UK needs him badly next year. So they could just rip up that deal, sign a new one that he could make twice what he would make in the NBA next year, and then potentially be a lottery pick. Kind of the same goes with Momcilovic. If he's so desperate to stay in that he wants to take a second round deal that's worth $2 million, why would you do that if you could go to UK for 5 or 6? Like, just ultimately, when it comes down to this stuff like this, I just think of the money, because I think that's kind of what the kids are thinking about. And the money is so much better at UK than it would be either, in the NBA next year at the late first or early second round. And I don't know, Louisville and St. John's, do they have that much money left to offer? Maybe
St. John's has an endless pot, but yeah, they've spent a lot already.
And that would just be the twisting of the knife if Pitino took Momcilovic from Pope. I mean, it would be rich, but I feel good.
And here's the thing too, that you have to remember. I bet a lot of what's going through Jeff Goodman's mind is that, have I seen Pitino get big players? Have I seen Pope get good players? Right? Like there's like very much history says it's better to bet on him to get Milan. but I feel like Momcilovic, if he like everything makes sense for Kentucky to get these two guys. Mark Pope just has to go and do it, right? And he has to do it like his job depends on it. So will we see him at his best? I certainly hope so. I think it's more likely they get both than they get none. So that's kind of where I'm at. Like I'm going to be optimistic for the next 6 days or whatever. I'm curious, Drew. I believe you'll be back on. That's too close to it. So by the time Matt gets back on Tuesday, do you think we'll know both? When Memorial Day weekend's over with, will we know the decisions for both of them, or is this going to go all the way till the 27th?
I think we'll know Malachi. I think Pope needs Malachi to recruit Momcilovic. Maybe he won't say it publicly, but Momcilovic wants to play for a contender.
Yeah.
And if Moreno hasn't decided yet, and it is generally not indicated to Pope or Momcilovic himself which way he's leaning, I worry about how attractive Kentucky looks. So in a perfect world, Malachi does it a few days early, and Pope can say, look, we are one piece away, and you are the piece. And that can get him over the top. I'm with Tyler. It's not an educated guess. It's just a fan just looking at the situation of like trying to put myself in his shoes, what his offers are. It seems Kentucky just seems to have so much more that they could offer him, not just money. Like, dude, you have the ultimate green light. The only thing we're lacking is a proven wing and some shooting. Like, you are the piece that will make this a contender. Like, I assume Kentucky can match the money, even though St. John's has the body armor money and all that from your boy Mike Rapoli. I assume financially Kentucky won't get beat. And then just looking at every roster out there, it's like Kentucky's the one that's like, come be the guy. So if he were to turn that down, he's also spoken highly about Pope when he played him at BYU and Iowa State, says he likes the offense. It's like it's all right here. There's so many positives. That's why even though I haven't heard anything that says it's going to be official, I'll be pretty hurt if he doesn't, because it just seems like it should be the easy move and Pope just has to get it done. So if I had to, make a bet, I'd say they get them both, but that's not with any scoop. That's just me being optimistic and hoping. But it's like, dude, just come here. How many threes do you want to take a game? We'll double it.
Take them all. And it is probably worth noting that the 27th is just the deadline to pull out the draft and come back to school. I mean, Momcilovic, if he does that, could still take as long as he wants to decide which college he wants to go to. I think in one of those interviews at the Combine, he said he's not going to draw this out very long. I mean, there's really only a handful of schools that he's entertaining. So hopefully we find out that he's pulling out of the draft by the 27th, and then it's a quick recruitment after that.
This is a loser mentality, but even if Kentucky gets them both, holy crap, Florida, are they going to kill everybody?
Man.
With Chinyafu coming back, my goodness. I had them fading out of the tournament in my bracket because of guard play, which ended up happening. I still worry if they'll have the guards, but the fact that they got him back today, that is dangerous in the SEC. Florida and Duke just look like some absolute units going into next year.
I mean, how crazy is it that in the year 2026, they can have 3 players from a title team stick around for 3 years? Like that alone.
And one was a projected lottery pick.
Yeah.
That is insane.
Hell,
John
Condon might have been the year
would have
before.
kicked him out the door.
Right. Yeah.
I'm not giving up on Kentucky for next year, but I will say, looking at Florida, mercy, that's hard to think you can compete with that after last season not even having a lead in the 3 games. I can't believe how stacked they are, but that's for on down the road. That was just another piece of news I wanted to bring up because as a Florida hater, that stunk seeing him come back.
Man. I totally I completely memory hold that third meeting. Like I buried it. Yeah. Thanks, Drew. I forgot about that. Yeah, that was
big news today. Well, let's talk about more exciting things. The Bad Cats on the bubble. I think D1 Baseball and Baseball America have them as last 4 in today. Is that correct? I'm pulling it up right now. We're certainly on the bubble. Last 4 in on Baseball America and last 4 in on D1 Baseball. Those are the 2 trusted bracketologies. But at that point, you're just an upset or 2 away or a team making a little bit of run from pushing you out. I still think because they got to the magic number 13 and the way Mingione was speaking after that first game at Arkansas, he seemed pretty confident in the way they went all in on that game to get that 13th win. And with the resume they have, they should get in, but if they don't, you can't complain when you fizzle out the way they did, especially down in Hoover. Are you all leaning towards in, or do you think losing to the last two of the regular season and the way they lost to Vandy could push them out?
Well, I think Vandy, they lost yesterday, so that helps, right? Because Vandy's also on the bubble. So
we didn't want them making a run.
Yeah, shout out to Florida. I think they'll get in. And if the Vandy game proved anything to me, it's that this team is its own worst enemy. It's like they've got such a habit of shooting themselves in the foot. And even when everything seems to be going really well, they still find ways to fall apart. So even if they get in, I don't have the highest of hopes, but I'm really hoping it happens because this would be the fourth straight NCAA tournament Kentucky would have made. I mean, that's pretty good. And in a very, very, very competitive league, having a streak like that is important. I mean, Vandy, if they don't make it, will be snapping a 19-year streak of making the tournament. Yeah.
I saw that graphic in the SEC game. I knew they've been a power for a while, but 19 in a row. That looks fun. We getting in, Nick?
Fade Roush, no way, no chance. It also might be just like there is a personal irritation that I have with some of it is my own, like just bad luck. But every time I go to turn them on, they just it just all falls apart. Like you know what I mean? And I know they've done this in many games this year, so I'm not. But I just have not seen them play fun baseball to watch. Not once. It's just always. Oh, we got a lead. Oh wait, here it goes. We're gonna let it slip away, and it's just frustrating. I don't like canceling the game with NKU too. That seemed a little scared money in my opinion. And then the other part, the Arkansas series, you should have won it. Like you should have won Saturday and punched your ticket, but you couldn't. They left 10 runners stranded. I mean, there was a lot of just like opportunities time and time again. So if they don't make it. It's not for the lack of opportunities. They had it in the regular season multiple times. They weren't able to take advantage. So I'm going to say they're out. Hopefully the Fade Roush gets them in. But you're leaving the door open for bid stealers, and there's still a couple days for some bids to be stolen before Selection Monday.
Drew, I don't know about you, but like between Nick's comments about the Northern Kentucky cancellation and Billy's on the pre-show, are we setting up just like a big hot take segment on KSR tomorrow? Billy and Big Click Nick just bash the Cats.
Oh, we're going about Billy Big Dog.
Big Dog.
The graphic that Mario made with AI though, I was like,
great.
You all look like Men in Black.
On here, yeah.
You look like Tommy Lee Jones and Will Smith going out chasing aliens. You got some takes dialed up for tomorrow? Oh yeah, there's a little bit of that lingering cold there. We heard that.
Oh yeah. We're gonna be fighting through it tomorrow. Oh yeah, we'll have some fun. I have a game to to give away WWE tickets. So will that game work well? Probably not, but it could be fun. So yeah, we're going to take some swings. I mean, why the heck not, right?
Well, one thing you could talk about is the new football commit. Sure, you got that on your list. Yeah,
he's got two first names.
Love that.
There have been two guys in this class that they've targeted at running back for quite some time. It's like. I wish I need a good analogy for this because that's what Big Click Nick would do. He would have a great analogy, but seemingly these two guys they've had as their top priority since March, and there's a good chance that they will both commit within a 3-day span. Kelsey Gerald's a speedster from Florida, put up a ton of yards last year, and then Mason Ball is from Arkansas. Colby Smith recruited him during his time at Arkansas. They maintained that relationship. He's now going to commit on Saturday between Arkansas, North Carolina, Kentucky, and I want to say Vanderbilt. So Kentucky could wrap up sort of its running back class to get to 18 commitments right before Memorial Day weekend, which is just kind of crazy. I know that you expect a new staff to sort of to have an extra shot in the arm, to be a little ahead of the curve, but 18 commits is a lot. There's only a couple other teams in all of college football that have more. And that's before the very busy official visit season, which is just 2 weeks away. They'll have a lot of big-time targets on campus. So Kentucky, I think that part of all of this recruiting that's really just there's a couple guys where you're like, all right, well, they're going to have to really flex to make this happen. And it's been in the secondary. Tristan Hughes, like James Franklin made a strong power play. Kentucky was like, oh, yeah? Well, watch this. They did that. And then Miles Brown. Drew, it just warms my heart if you can go to Tennessee and get one of their best athletes. And, like, this guy, I say best athletes because, like, Miles Brown, like, just watch him shoot. The way he elevates on his jump shot. Dude runs track, steals bases, playing baseball, like literally does everything. Outstanding athlete. He is a great fit for what Kentucky's looking at cornerback. Huge get that they had earlier this week. Their 6 4-star commitment in 6 straight weeks. That's pretty good. Pretty good.
It's insane.
Yeah, this is the time of year when, we were looking at the basketball transfer portal. We're watching the draft decisions we were just talking about. And Will Stein is just like, oh, you want another one? You want another one? I got another one. It's been really exciting. I can't remember. You were just mentioning this. I was going to ask you a time where they've loaded up like this at this time of year, but they're getting it done. Part of that is the new excitement of being a new coach. It's probably a little easier being able to pitch, get in with us on the ground floor, but it's been amazing what they've done so far.
There was obviously the calendar's changed, so it moves things up. But if you remember Justin Rogers and like John Young and Bo Allen, they went to Keeneland in April for like an official visit, and then like they kind of committed shortly thereafter, and that really got the ball rolling early on that class. But I mean, that was like 2018, 2020. I don't know. Bo Allen
those are two hometown guys that kind of helped start it too. You had those were kind of built in. Both kind of knew they'd be UK guys. I have a comment from someone who can't comment, but someone's watching in the other room. She enjoyed Jacob's rant quite a bit. So I hear. So I just got that.
She misses you. She feels bad about crying when you got home, and now she misses you.
I think she just liked Jacob's rant, which I did too.
You didn't. It was awesome.
It's kind of like we had our main event, and now we're just filling time because Jacob already came in and stole the show.
Yeah, he spoiled it. We got the grand finale too early. Remember the San Diego fireworks display where they launched them all at once? That was our San Diego native, our firecracker, our redheaded firecracker.
That's true.
This is off topic, but did you all see the pictures and videos from downtown Nashville last night? So they had the party to celebrate Nashville getting Super Bowl 2030. And it was raining really hard last night downtown, but there were still thousands of people who came out to this party on Broadway. They had a drone show like live on Broadway that like spelled out, 2030 and like Super Bowl and stuff. It looked really cool. Like if you have any doubts that Super Bowl 2030 is going to be a big, big deal here in Nashville, the fact that they packed Broadway outside during the rain. And I mean, it's pretty cool. So we're excited down here, although I'm very worried that Nashville may not be ready for it, but fingers crossed.
Are you ever ready for a Super Bowl?
We're never really ready for anything down here. I mean, we'll see.
That's what the booze is for.
Yeah, that's whole East Bank around the stadium. Fingers crossed it's ready, or else it could be kind of a disaster, but we're hopeful.
I like all the celebrities on the committee. I'm watching that press conference, and Jim Nance is talking, and Eric Church is in the front row taking pictures like a proud parrot. Nate Bargatze's there. I mean, it is becoming quite the celebrity town beyond country music, but it is interesting, the Super Bowl committee, all kinds of names that help get it there. Of course, Nate had to be involved.
Street. Yeah, Kirk. Street. I mean, everybody was there. Marty Smith emceed the event last night. I think I knew that Jim Nance lived in Nashville, but he went on a little press tour about it yesterday, talking about how much he loves it here. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. Hopefully, does it mean Taylor Swift's going to be the headline or the halftime show? Or are they going to go with a true country music artist because it's Nashville?
Oh, it's Kid Rock. It's going to be Kid Rock.
Well, they'll just get everybody who has a honky tonk on Broadway, and they'll just all play.
The field's not big enough
at the same time. They'll just play different songs all at the same time, so you'll be able to hear it from every corner of the stadium. You mentioned drone shows, though. I don't know if you've ever seen one in person, but they're pretty cool. They do when Thunder Over Louisville's here, they'll have one. Well, so there's a new Masters of the Universe movie that's coming out. And in LA the other day, they had a giant drone show with Skeletor. And it made me think, what if you have no idea what Masters of the Universe or Skeletor is, and you just came outside and there's a giant skeleton like taking up the entire sky?
I would think the world is in, or like Voldemort's here or something. Because the Death Eater thing? Yeah.
They're finally here.
Right. Like the apocalypse, book of Revelations. Like, here we go. I mean, if you really want to freak somebody out, just let's do a drone show and don't advertise any of it.
Where do you all stand on fireworks versus drone shows? Because I know that a couple of us feel fireworks are very overrated. I kind of think drone shows are really cool. One, because they can do a lot of neat things with them, but also they don't scare the crap out of my dog. So I'm pro drone shows over fireworks.
I was all the way out on fireworks for a very long time until one of my friends, they would start lighting them. Kind of fun when you're right there, like next to them, and they're lighting them, and it just, but generally speaking, I'm kind of out on both right now because I want my children to be asleep when it's dark. So, I'm out on both. But there is, for a big event, drone show better than fireworks. But if it's like small kind of, deal, they're like, some fireworks here and there are cool. The thing that I hate is that, shout out to America, 250 years. It's going to be a fun midsummer celebration. But it just means that I live in a part of Kentucky where they're going to be lighting fireworks for like 2 weeks. And it's just that's the part. Month. Like if we could just stick it to one day, cool. It's the 2 weeks. That's when I'm going to start complaining about summer again. I'm excited for it now when it's chilly and I'm wearing a quarter zip. I'm ready for the heat. Midsummer, when it's like July 17th and kids are still lighting fireworks, I'm going to come over here. I'm going to be bitching and moaning about the damn kids in my neighborhood.
We're complaining about fireworks years old. That's me too. I'm at the age. Keep it down out there in the cul-de-sac, please. It is July 11th. Why are we still shooting them?
Yeah.
Speaking of, we touched on Memorial Day a little bit. Any of y'all get back onto that topic? We got big plans. Anybody grilling? I haven't taken the cover off my grill since like November, so I'm gonna get back into the grilling game this weekend. Don't know what I'm going with. Probably something simple with some burgers, but it is the season on getting out there.
Letting someone grill for me at the beach. I'll have some grilled lobster, grilled whatever. They can do it for me.
Typically, this is Memorial Day is usually kind of pretty big lake weekend. We don't have it's not a fancy lake house, but my cousin is usually the chef. Well, this year, his oldest is graduating high school, which means that he is going to be cooking up a bunch of food at the grad party. That is what I'm very excited for on Saturday. And the other part I'm excited for is actually not having any plans. Because then you can just kind of...
That's the best.
We can do what we want. I don't know what the weather's going to be. But like having zero plans, I mean, I might take him to the Kings game. I might go to Churchill Downs. Who knows? I don't have to plan anything. Right? Like it's kind of nice.
Nick might go to Churchill Downs. Never.
Yeah. I don't know if that's exclusive or unique to Memorial Day weekend.
Well, we haven't been able to get them out there yet. They haven't been able to see it. Dad has, but the kids, they need to go see the horses too. Which, by the way, Dresden Row. I wanted to bet that horse on Preakness Day. It's racing tonight. So at Churchill, I don't know what race. I don't know what the odds are, but just Dresden Row. There you go. See? Boom.
Look at that. Got a tip.
Shout out to KS Board for passing that along. We've got a horse racing thread now.
Yeah, heck yeah. Also, shout out to KS Board. Another off topic. We had a thread yesterday about the college football game that's, comes out every year. New one's getting around the corner. And they're hinting at there might be a message board feature on it. How do we get in touch with EA Sports where we are the Kentucky message board, where when I lose to Youngstown State week 1 with my team on rookie level, where all the names we know, CFE, Daniel from Hyman, everybody, I want them to cook me on a video game. How do we make that happen? Because they are talking about having message boards on there. That would be awesome. I
don't understand how this is going to work. Like, is it just the message board pops up on the game?
Yeah, it's not real, but like they already have it now in a few games. Like when you're playing your Dynasty, after you play, it'll have like a fake social media thread, but it'll use celebrities. Okay. And they'll either, if you did well, obviously they're pumping you up. If not, they're complaining. But they're trying to make it like message board style, apparently, for the college football game this year. I would love KS Board involvement where we just have our people on there making fun of us as we lose horribly, even though with Will Stein offense should be fun on there. Off topic, but more message board thread talk there.
I would like video games to be less realistic and more arcade-like. You know, like I feel like there's like a threshold. I mean, just let me hit the button to pass it. Do I need to like aim it perfectly and like be able to read? You have to be able to have pre-snap reads in that game. Like I just go. Let me run to bomb. All right, I want to chuck it deep. You know, come on.
It's gotten to the point where you have to be an actual quarterback to play quarterback. You have to read defense. I'm like you. I'm just trying to tap. I'm doing this to turn my brain off for an hour. I don't need to get this dialed in. I'm just trying to hit B and hope my guy catches it. We're more of NFL blitz, I think, than the new era.
Yes. Give me some NFL blitz. Which I guess we are on KS board. I did not put our questions up to read fancy like because. It's just we can read. We're perfectly capable.
I pulled them up because I wasn't sure if you had that capability. I didn't want to put that pressure on you. I have one I want to start with though.
Okay. I wonder if it's the same one because I've never gotten to an answer quicker than this one.
No. This is a me question that's not from the board, but it kind of ties in Memorial Day and Country Boy.
All right.
We're talking about our plans, and with a 5-week-old, I'm obviously not doing too much, but I'm considering going to the Country Boy PKL golf simulator place down the street because I want to hit a golf ball, but I don't have time to go play for 6 hours. That's going to be a hard no. Is it weird to go do that by yourself?
No, I don't think so.
And maybe I even take mom and baby, and there's a little couch they can sit there and watch. But am I a loser if I just go hit into a wall? I will be at Country Boy, so that won't be a loser activity. But I'm
not the demo to ask probably because my friend said I don't go do golf simulators, but I don't think it's weird. I also don't think it's weird to go watch a movie by yourself. I mean, do you have to have other people around you to enjoy something?
I would say it would be more fun if you could just play against somebody though. Because like there is that part of it where you kind of make a game out of it. But like, you know how golf simulators are. Sometimes you're like, wait, I'm not this bad at golf. Like you're making me look real bad right now, golf simulator.
It's the golf simulator's fault. Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The sensors are working here. The sensors are off.
I did this one with friends about a month ago and we signed up for 2 hours. And I'm not exaggerating. At the 5-hour mark, they walked in and they're like, are you all leaving? Because we had so much fun there. So I want to go back. But that was with like 6 or 7 of my buddies taking a 5-week-old just to watch me hit into a wall. Yeah. Feels a little lame, but I'm thinking about it.
I mean, just for an hour too. Like that's a good workout, Yeah,
better than what I'm getting now.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I say go for it because you can't have a bad time at Country Boys PKL. Just like Will Stein. He apparently had a great time there.
Yeah, maybe he'll be out there with Peter Burns. I just wanted to ask you all before I get out there and someone snaps a picture like, look at this loser in here just by himself having the time of his life.
You're enjoying your life. You go enjoy your life and do what
I admittedly have snuck into a few driving range. When I would go to Lexington for spring practice, we might have snuck a few range sessions on the way home. Like
statute of limitations expired on this.
Well, I had to get some practice in. Just a little practice.
Gotta stay loose.
Yeah. All right. Finnegan Ham's question. It took me like 5 seconds for the light bulb to go off, and I got the right answer. But his question was, for the next year, you can only drink water, no flavored, no carbonation, no adding meal, and one other beverage. What is it? And you have to be specific. You can't just say beer. You have to pick a brand, and he says you can't pick Country Boy because that would be biased.
Mine's easy.
Yeah, I have a nighttime drink, a fizzy bubbly drink, but that is not as nearly as important as my morning drink. Like if I didn't have coffee for a year, I would die. Like they're dead. There's no way I could live without it. Like. Now, if you make me go beyond that, then that's when it's like, all right, then we could have some fun with it. But, a year without coffee, a day without coffee. Huh.
I've gotten way too reliant on coffee, including this morning. I drove to Pineville. It's 2 hours. I'm walking out the door. I have a Yeti that's pretty full. I don't know how many ounces it is, but there's a lot of coffee in it. And I went, no, this is a 2-hour drive. I went back in and filled a second Yeti. So I had
I've done that before.
I just had 2 gigantic coffees, and I was out by the time I got there. I don't love it. It's probably not healthy to have that much, but I'm at the point I have to have my coffee. It just makes me a better person.
Yeah, every time I drive to Lexington, like really early, like I sometimes have to do, I fill up my travel cup of tea, and then I have a backup tumbler like of tea ready to roll. So that's a pro move.
Yeah, you're also in like you 5-week-old. There's nothing that's your closer friend than a warm cup of Joe.
So you all are both saying coffee.
Yes, and if I had to be specific, the good stuff would be my friends at Sutter Gauze. They make some good beans here in Louisville, but like I do like just a good old Folgers, not whatever they have at Kroger Field. Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
The crystals.
Yeah. But hey, aren't they getting a new vendor for all the catering? So
that was my immediate thought when they announced they're getting rid of Aramark. I'm like, hey, maybe they can warm up the coffee this year. Maybe Will Stein will walk in. Will Stein will walk in and be like, "What's this crap? Let's get these people some real coffee."
Oh man!
I guess I would go with tea. That's probably a lot healthier than my instant like, red wine or Good People IPA. That probably wouldn't be too healthy to just live on that and water. So I don't really drink any other. I don't drink soda anymore. I don't really drink juice. I like the fizzy waters, like Waterloo, but that's out. So. Yeah.
Oh, like for me, a ginger ale is pretty good. But here's the other part too. In this question, like I can't pick a cocktail drink technically because I'm mixing 2 liquids, right? So I guess you could maybe do bourbon and water.
I'm changing the rules for you. If it's a mixed drink for this exercise, at its finished product, it counts.
Yeah, I'm still going coffee because it's just like what do I do? Even right now when I'm feeling bad, I just go to the coffee. Like it'll warm me up. It really yesterday I was feeling down, but I took a shower, I shaved my head, I got a cup of coffee, and I was like, you know what? I can write a post today, and so that's what I did.
I feel like a person today.
Yeah, I feel like a normal human. If you won the lottery, are you taking care of your family or Kentucky athletics first?
I love the person who asked this question because is there someone out there who would say UK athletics before their family? And if so, that's a heck of a person. No offense to Wildcat.T4.
Yeah, I want UK to win as much as anyone, but also would like for my newborn daughter to go to college and have a nice future. So I would go family, an easy decision there.
I also, call me a bad fan. I would have to be in the billions before I even considered giving UK any of my money. Like it's so far. I know that there is like, it's not even in my brain as like something that is even like I would have to spend my money on a lot of things until I got to the point where I'm like, all right, now I need to buy a sports win. Because here's the other part too. I'm buying horses before I buy players, right? Because like they're a crappy rate of return, but you know what? At least they're like an animal. They like I know that that's a wild card. They don't have as much agency as a human. I don't know. I for whatever reason doesn't even register in my brain. So power to you people who have done the BB and United or whatever it is, but that is just that's cheap ass Roush. You ain't getting any of my money, UK athletics. Figure it out.
I feel like we've gotten to the point with NIL. It's been 5 years since they started it, where we've kind of phased out of the whole if you're a fan, you're obligated to give your team money thing. Like, there's still collectives like BBN United and stuff, but there for a little bit before Rev Share kind of kicked in, there was a lot of pressure. It's like, you want your team to be successful? Do you want them to field a quality team next year? You better open up your checkbook. I feel like that has calmed down a little bit, and thank goodness for that. Because if you want to donate to your team, by all means, but you should never feel obligated to do it.
And you
if I had like a lot, I mean, I would throw a little bit their way. I mean, it wouldn't need to be $1 billion, but I would have to have quite a bit of disposable income. But also for us, at least for me, I can say it, I would feel awkward handing it over to them now because it's the same people that complain about me and talk about me and make me do rapid reactions out in the rain.
Yeah.
So I would want to. I already think they're not very good at their jobs. I would not want to give my money to help them when I know they don't like me. But I would give if I knew it was direct. If Will Stein came up to me and I had the money and he was like, "Hey, we got a 5-star. Can you help me?" I would do it, but I would need quite a bit.
Yeah,
I can't do it on my current salary.
You are correct too that we have skewed. Like we're not in the right place to be doing that. Now, if I'm not doing radio, happy hour, whatever. Well, and also if I got all that money, let's be real, I'm not doing radio or happy hour or whatever either. So I'm going to Anguilla with Tyler, and then you're never going to see me again. I'm going to be like Johnny Blue Skies and scooter my blues away. Hey, Richmond, here's a good question that can kind of wrap us up. All right, he said, if we're talking Survivor, what part of Survivor were you best at? What would be your biggest weakness? Okay. I think one part, because like let's be real, even if you're not into the game, it'd be fun to go out in the wilderness. You basically have scout camp where you're playing this game and you're trying to knock each other out. I think I would be good as the like Rick Devens, Mr. Optimism. I would be in a similar vein of like he's the happy guy that people like, but eventually it's going to piss people off. I think my biggest weakness would be hanging out with 20-year-olds. Like that would really be tested because just seeing some of these people, like, what do I talk to you about? And you know how much it would piss me off if Rizzo's just laying around camp not doing anything? Like it would just in that I couldn't handle. And also like some of the puzzles would like I would get irritated. Like really another puzzle, like I'm done puzzling, okay? Just let me stand here on this beam or hold myself up for an hour. I don't want to see your stupid puzzles anymore. But I do think being generally positive, it go a long way until the youths just started doing youth things and it would just piss me off.
I mean,
I got to be careful.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Well, I'm going to win Survivor. I got to be careful. I can't be putting stuff out on the internet, giving my game plan away because this could come back to haunt me. I'm just a few years away from applying. Got to get this back in shape. I already had a dad bod, but I'm like full dad bod now. Got to work on that a little bit. But I think my strength, one, will help me in the game. I think I'd have a good social game. The stuff where I have to balance or hold something, this lower back would give out quickly. I'd worry I'd look like a wimp, but I couldn't be doing where they're on their toes on a little narrow thing balancing. That would get me pretty good. But I think I'd have a good social game. And I think my best quality, it wouldn't even be for me, it'd be for the people. I would be reckless. I'd be good TV. It probably wouldn't win, but there'd be a couple episodes where they're like, this guy's out of control.
He's going for chaos. He's going for it all.
Kind of like our guy Rick. He does some stuff for the people. I would be doing like I wouldn't sit back and be quiet and let other people make moves. I'm going all in and putting on a show. It would hurt me in the long run, but you would know I was there.
Well, and the thing about like a guy like Jacob Polachek, right? And I don't think he has any Survivor aspirations, but the thing that people don't realize is that his job right now as an insider is the same as your job on Survivor. You're an information broker. Like I'm going to get this intel and then use it to my like advantage. That's what Survivor is. Now, like he has to, as an insider, it's a little bit different, but that's what you're the messenger, right? And so how do you use that to play it off? Like Suri, she was the queen of it. So I think we need to get Jacob to start sending applications and he's mad at Jeff Probst. Well, he can burn it from the inside out, right? Tear it down from within, then rebuild it like the Phoenix.
I would love to see Jacob on Survivor. Jacob, he's not in the comments anymore. That would be incredible.
Yeah.
Both you and Drew on there. Yeah, both him and Drew.
Yeah, how do I delete my internet footprint to where it looks like I've never met Jacob and we could go on the same season and act like we've never? I think we're in a little too deep on that at this point, but that would be fun to be on there with him.
That also would be just a good gimmick. Like they used to do some crazy gimmicks. Remember when they did it by race? They did
No, I don't remember that.
I don't think that would happen in
They did that. They changed it up after like 2 weeks. So they're like, this was a bad idea.
This isn't going over well.
Can't be doing this. But like, give us the gimmick where like you start a tribe, everybody knows each other. We're going to do KSR versus
Carol Leader versus Career Eternal versus.
Yeah, there we go. Vote them all out.
They need someone from KSR Kentucky to give it that bump, because I'm not saying just any of us. Anything Kentucky related, everybody's tuning in, whether it's Jacob or a former player or something. You know how BBN is. We'll latch on anything. And if there was someone really rocking Kentucky in Survivor, I think their audience, they got millions, wouldn't be a huge spike, but they'd get some new eyeballs that they need right now.
Which Kentucky basketball player would be the best at it?
Brandon Garrison.
He would be an agent.
He's not afraid to throw. Yeah.
He's got some real Dragon Slayer vibes, Drew. Where he acts like he knows what's going on, but does he? Man.
I would say Carl, but I don't know. Carl would be too nice.
Yeah, you gotta be cutthroat.
Joke around.
I would be curious.
Honestly, John Calipari, if he were a little younger, would be good at the people management. The actual games. I don't know how Cal would do, but Cal would be pretty good at the other stuff.
So, Drew, this archetype that they have on almost. It used to be every season, but it's not as much anymore. Will Levis would be the perfect Survivor meathead, right? Like
I could see that.
On every season they would always have one. Now it's they don't always have one, but he would be great at it because he is kind of, he can still be kind of goofy and personable, but deep down he is a meathead, and like that meathead, when he hasn't had enough calories after 20 days, he's going to lose it on people.
Oh, yeah. That's coming out. Speaking of that, I make a mean white rice. I mean, you're going to want me on your team. I'll be the one cooking. I'll chop down some trees. I'm not saying I'm the best tree chopper. I'll do it. I'll do whatever we need at camp, but I'll cook some white rice. Yeah, I'll get us some fish going. We did that last night. Salmon and rice. They got air fryers out there, right?
When Sari was scolding Emily for like how to cook rice, she's like, "Honey, I've been cooking rice since before you were born." I was like,
"Yeah." She basically told her to sit her ass down and eat your rice. What's our next question?
Oh, I think we got them all. I think that's a good stopping point.
Yeah,
that's a good stopping. Give us a little teaser, Nick. What's dialed up tomorrow? I know you are going to be doing the news topics, but have you and Billy done any show prep?
We have, and we're getting off topic because it's before Memorial Day, so we're gonna get silly because, come on, it's been a slog of an off season. Let's have some fun. So we're gonna have plenty of fun. Maybe embrace a little debate. The name of the game I'm workshopping is Why You're Wrong. So there's your teaser.
Hot takes.
We'll see how that goes. Good, great, grand. Who knows?
Oh, it'll be great and grand. It'll be everything. That's Nick Roush and Billy tomorrow on KSR. Looking forward to it. It was a fun show here, and thanks again for producing, Nick. What a great job! This looks amazing. Everything's spelled correctly.
I don't want to put Steven on blast, but it did say Mondays at 4 up there by the happy hour. Nobody noticed it until.
Are you serious?
I noticed it last week. It was there last week too. I forgot. I meant to tell them.
We've been going Thursdays for how many months, and it's just been saying Mondays at 4.
I meant to tell him last week.
Yeah. Whoops.
He might not have a job when he gets back if Nick keeps producing like this. Assuming we're on YouTube, we're getting comments. I guess it worked, but it was a fun one. Yeah. We got through our hillbilly hustle. Tyler had her lemonade lager.
Really
Nick's
good.
getting over his cold, and we talked a lot of Survivor. Thanks again for watching us here on the Happy Hour. We'll be back next Thursday. Until then, go Cats.